Hello, welcome everybody to the next episode of the Resolution series. Previously we were doing VHS, and believe it or not, the next one I was going to upload was Blu-ray, but that's not what we're doing today, because I went to Goodwill today and I found an HD DVD. Now, believe it or not, with all the stuff I have in this room, I only have one other HD DVD, and it's Ocean's 11, and I've seen Ocean's 11, so there's no point of doing a whole review. But now, weirdly enough, I have another HD DVD movie that I have never seen before, so now there's a reason to do a review. So, yeah, we are reviewing one movie in this whole video, and it is The Lost City with Andy Garcia, which, funny enough, he's in Ocean's 11, Dustin Hoffman, Bill Murray, and the girl, I don't know how to pronounce it, accessory. But there's one problem. There's one problem with all of this. I do have an HD DVD player. I don't know if it works, though. I'm going to be honest. I don't know if it works. And that's what 90% of this video will be, is us trying to set up an HD DVD player. So my HD DVD player is right here. Kind of tucked away. I bought this player maybe 4 years ago. Oh yeah, it says it right there. I bought it for 20 bucks at a thrift store, and it has no power cord. It has nothing. I don't know if this thing works. It's been sitting there. Actually, you can see the dust. It's been sitting here for probably 4 years. And the reason I never bothered trying to mess with it, because you can't just use this player as itself. You have to connect this player to an Xbox. And that was just so much of a hassle for me to do that I just never bothered with it. But now I got a movie that that we can watch. Yeah. So, for aesthetics reasons, for aesthetics reasons, I can't say that. For the fact that they're matching, we're going to use the OG Xbox. Here's the power adapter. Actually, we need to find that cord. And I need to figure out what cord goes in there. So we got to go over here. Oh, I got to turn the light on. Power adapter. Power. Is this power? That's close to power. Okay, so I don't think I have a normal, like, 3-pin PC cord, but I did find the other power adapter that uses a 2-pin. So, we'll do that. Oh, wait a minute. That's another 2. Wait, what's this one? Nope. 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 Okay. So, come over here. We got that. Get rid of this thing. That's some rust in there. Power rust. Will this fit? Yes, it does. Alright, good. Alright. So, power adapter, good. Now, we need... Xbox 360 takes HDMI. It's gotta. Yes! Yes, we need to watch this. You can't watch an HD DVD movie that's not an HD. You can't just do, you know, the red, yellow, and white. You can't do RCA. You gotta do HDMI. Alright, that's done. That's done. Now we gotta start hooking stuff up and figuring out what power cord goes to the player. Alright, so I got this hooked up into my power strip down there. worked on the HDMI. I guess before we start bothering with this, I need to see if the Xbox even works. So... Oh wow, that's loud. I didn't do that. Why'd you open? Okay, it works. It's really loud. Hey, look at that! I'm surprised it still works. I'm genuinely serious. Like, I don't use 360. If I'm gonna play 360 game, I have my Xbox One connected down there. So I'm actually kind of thankful that it's still functioning. Is that so? If you look at the back of this. We got two USBs and a not a micro, a mini USB. So I got the cord for that already. That I believe goes in here, and that'll plug into the Xbox, giving it data. Kind of like if anybody knows the 32X or the Sega CD, very similar idea. This is just an attachment that gets data off of, you know, here. Or even an old disk drive. I don't have any out right now, but an old disk drive for like an old computer or something. It's an accessory. You know, it's a waste of space and waste of time and it sucks, but it's an accessory. So, out of all odds, do you see this? Do you see this? Sony, of all people, provided me with a 12... The player takes 12 volts. Sony provided me with the 12 volt adapter for this player. What are you buzzing for? Get out of here. I believe this is for the PS4 VR head unit. But let's hook this up. Let's hook this up. It's almost time. Gotta watch Ocean's 11 on an obscure format, you know. Stupid zip ties. Alright, so this plugs in straight into here. This is a live test, by the way. I'm honest to God, I've never plugged this thing in before because I just didn't... I was like, oh, it's cheap enough. You know, it'd be nice to have in the collection. And then it's just been sitting on the shelf forever. So, here it is. Oh. Hello? 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 Oh. Oh! There's no movie inside, unfortunately. But, okay, how in the world does this work? I'm gonna test it. So I said that I thought it was something we had to download off the App Store. It is not. I assume that's what it was because that's how the Xbox One was. If you wanted to play DVDs, you had to download the like movies and TV app off of the App Store. But so the console originally came with a disc, and that disc provided the software. Obviously, I don't have that disc, but apparently. It should just be like naturally on the Xbox on the thing. So my video apps, system video player maybe. So I ended up switching to my childhood Xbox 360 right there, and it still didn't work. I couldn't figure it out, and then I tried to Google what to do, and so then I put I burned an update disk, but that didn't actually do anything. And after I put the disc in, all of a sudden, when I went to my video apps, it was there. It was there the whole time. And even though I've looked in this little area before, that HD DVD square did not show up. So maybe, I don't know. Maybe I just plugged it in wrong. Maybe I looked at it weird. Today we watched The Lost City. So talking about the quality real quick, I will admit, it does look insanely good. I don't own the movie on anything else, so I can't really compare it. But it looks as good as something you'd see on streaming. You could see the sweat on their faces. You could see the pores on their face. You could see detail. Unfortunately, around maybe the 30-minute mark, the disc became unplayable. Throughout the movie, there would be skips and pauses, but when I got to this scene, it would just constantly freeze. And granted, I didn't try to fast forward towards it, but that's kind of pointless to fast forward through a scene of a movie. You know, you gotta watch the movie. You can't just skip around. I took some pictures of the disc right here. I don't see any bit rot. Bit rot is, I don't think it's not always obvious. Sometimes it can be a little bit more hidden, but it almost looks like the disc has like water in it. It's like flooding with rot. In at least in my experience. I have a copy of Sopranos season 2, and the last DVD. There's just kind of like a glob of a dark spot, and it looks like something got in it, like water got in it, and it's actually bit rot. And that's what it just, the data gets corrupted, and it's no longer readable by the laser. So yeah, I don't see any bit rot on this disc. So it could just be the player. It could be the disc. But honestly, I'm not going to go that far to figure it out. So what I did was I just rented the movie on YouTube and I finished it there. In terms of the movie, what I can say is that it's supposed to take place during the 40s, not the 40s, the 50s, and it doesn't feel like it. It feels like a 2000s movie trying to replicate the 50s, like Goodfellas, for example. The whole movie spans across the 50s to the 80s, and each decade you can tell what decade it's supposed to be. This movie, The Lost City, the whole time you're like, okay, this is not the 50s. It doesn't feel like you're in the 50s. But other than that, it does look very nice. The cinematography and the colors pop just very nicely. The story is very mediocre. It's about the revolution of China in the 50s, and the movie doesn't make it that intriguing. The characters are dull and not very interesting. Even Bill Murray, who is just kind of there. Bill Murray has no purpose in this movie, but even he is not very exciting in this movie. Even the random things that he does say aren't very funny. The relationship between Andy Garcia and the girl is fine enough. And I think the best way to describe this whole movie is that it's just weak. It tries too hard to do nothing. 2 out of 5. That's my HD DVD review. So I hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for the Blu-ray one. So it's probably going to go CED, Betamax, Laserdisc, because Laserdisc I got a lot. I got like a good 70 or 80 that I haven't seen. And then DVD is the overall champ of movies I haven't seen. No more movie reviews. I might do something here and there, but no more movies. Movies are dead. Destroy all movies.